Hi, my name is Heather Weber, and I'm a veteran homeschooler of over 20 years. I homeschooled my children from preschool through 12th grade. And I am here to tell you that if you're interested in homeschooling, you can definitely homeschool. It won't be easy, there'll be ups and downs, but you can definitely do it. Now, who am I to give you this advice? Well, I was a trained teacher. I even have a master's degree in education. And I really wasn't going to homeschool myself at all. But my husband was interested in it. And when then after my firstborn was born, and we were in a situation where I was at home, we went to the library, and well, I'm going to tell you some more about that in a second. But I do want to say that that teacher training that I have, I ended up throwing that all out this window. It did not necessarily help me with the homeschooling whatsoever, because they teach you how to keep kids in class in some other classroom organizational things, but you don't need it to homeschool because you're going to be working one-on-one with your children instead of the open classroom. Back to my other part. I read two books after my first was born. The first one, and I don't remember the title, I just remember the picture. It was a woman with a toddler baby in one arm, and then they've got a load of laundry at the floor, and I was like, uh-oh, big messy life. And it can be a messy life. You can't do it all. You can't be cook and do all the laundry and teach and all of those things that need to be done. So something's going to slide a little bit here and there, but you work through it. And all that working through really helped strengthen the family in so many other ways. They all learn to do this on the chores, or they all work together. They're there, hey, mom, if you need a break, I can take care of this. I can do that. Because you do learn to work together as a team. The next book I read, which is out there, I do know the name of this one. It's called The Well-Trained Mind by Jesse Wise and Susan Wise Bauer. And it speaks, the first few chapters of it speaks to the development of children's brains. It's a child psychology for the first few chapters that really did even better than the child psychology class I had in college. It really focused on where are these kids at during this time period and how to work with them. So it is a classical education based book, but you don't have to read it for all of that. The beginning of it is just so good at explaining what kind of things, where your children are at in the different ages and stuff. And that really helped me say, okay, I can do this. I can form a plan. When I left the classroom, I really loved teaching, and I'll tell you that first August, it was really hard not buying school supplies for that classroom and everything. But now I can't imagine going back. There's too many rules, not enough learning, too much testing, not enough letting the children grow. And because children really do grow at different speeds. And I knew that after the few years that I was in the classroom. I couldn't reach the ones that were slow in math and the ones that were fast in math at the same time when I'm just teaching. You have to teach this one lesson. There's so many varieties in trying to help and pull it all together. In fact, my oldest struggled to learn to read. And I was like, how do I figure my way through this? And eventually we did together. We tried 4 different programs before we did it. But that working together, she knew I was in her corner. She knew we were going to get there. And because I was homeschooling her, I could help her keep up on all the other classes that in a regular public school, they'd say, we're going to yank you out of history to go do more reading. We're going to yank you out of art to go do more reading. Instead, I was able to keep her up on all those other subjects. So when she was able to catch up, she was doing really wonderful. And in fact, she graduated with honors from her college. After all the struggles she had with reading, she worked her way through all that. Now, another part of homeschooling that some people are worried about is how do I live life on a single income? And that can be tough. You don't have to buy all the backpacks and all those other things, so that saves some money. A lot of times you're eating from home a bit more, and that can save a lot of money. But I will tell you some other things I did. One big thing you can think about and consider is finding ways to barter your time for the activity you want to do. My children wanted to get black belts in Taekwondo. So for years, we would go and after class, we'd stay there for an extra hour and we would clean the classroom. doing the mopping and everything else that's involved in that. So we got free lessons. I teach swimming lessons so that they could have free swim times at the pool. It was a way to barter my time for give them some free time and got us out of the house. Another chance for thing I do is I would do the mystery shopping because I love to get out and have lunch or something by myself. I was still working a little bit, but I was making some money and bringing some money home while I was taking a break for myself. I really enjoyed that. And so you find ways to make it work. And it's worth it in the end. Say instead of going to the movies, you play games with the kids at home at night or something like that. It's a lot of fun. You really get to know the family, the kids, and they're only little ones. So you want to spend as much time with them as you can. Now, all my children have graduated, and now I need to figure out what I'm going to do with my life. Well, I don't really want to go back to the classroom. I don't quite fit in there. And I was trying to figure out what to do. Who am I now? Am I a teacher? Yeah, quite. Don't quite fit in there. What else can I do? Well, I decided to turn my writing hobby into a business. And I started writing when my youngest was 5. I'd always had stories in my head and just really fleshed them out. Anytime I was sitting at a stoplight, I'd be thinking of something scene, and I would just pull it all together. And there's don't need to go into all that story right now, but I ended up thinking I love cozy mysteries, and this is An Education in Murder by Patty Joy. It's on Amazon. If you're interested in reading it, it's up to you guys. But I realized in the cozy mystery section there was no homeschooling moms as the star. A lot of librarians, a lot of B&B owners, a lot of all kinds of different characters, but no homeschooling moms. So this is a shout out to all the homeschooling moms. And she does trip over a dead body. And then the whole family works together to solve it. And this is our dining room table where we did a lot of schoolwork at it. And so this is some of the stuff we used. But the whole family pitched in and helped in various ways to solve the mystery. But now I'm still not here just to sell books, which would be nice, of course. But my main purpose of this video is to help you understand that, I look back and my plan at age 20, well, when I got married at 23, I was going to be a teacher. I had this whole thing mapped out. I was going to be a school principal of a small Lutheran school. I had, just all of it mapped out for me and everything. But then, plans changed over the years. And that's okay. Right? It's still sometimes hard, like, okay, well, this is what I used to be. Who am I now? And I have to realize it's okay for the plans to change from when you're 20 to when you're 40. It's okay. Because I'll tell you, I never thought I'd go from teaching to homeschooling. I'd pushed that off for years. I kept telling my husband, now we wouldn't be doing that kind of a thing. And then to become a writer, I'm like, I look back and I'd say, I would never change a thing. I know I'd make the same choices again. So anyway, I just wanted to let you know, homeschooling, it's not easy, but nothing easy ever is. Nothing truly worth it is ever easy. And homeschooling is definitely worth it. So I hope this helps you guys, anyone watching this. If, there's a lot of homeschoolers out there that are willing to help new people get started, and I hope you enjoy the journey. Thank you.